And the light went on and I thought, oh, okay, then it's time for me to educate myself about these things so I don't beat myself up thinking, oh, why can I not keep up with her? Obviously, that can also become an excuse for ourselves, saying, oh, she's so pretty and she's on steroids and she has plastic surgery, so why would I even try? I will never be as pretty as she is. You want to get the best out of your genetics. You want to unlock your potential, work very hard, and just love every moment of it and lose the extra weight and get toned or whatever body composition you imagined. Boost your hot factor to the highest score you can. Why? Because it's the most important thing. Oh gosh, it's not. It's not the most important thing. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter at the end of the day. But to feel good in your body and to have fun and focus on become healthy, healthy-minded, healthy in your body, how can that be wrong? Hey guys, this is Chilla with BestFit007 and today I want to talk about how to look as pretty as the fitness influencers. Drumroll please. When I work with clients and friends, I tell them to go on social media, on the internet and pick photos of fit people that they want to look like. The reason I do that is because I want to know what kind of body fat percentage do they want to get and how much muscle, what kind of body composition do they prefer. So it's fun to watch fitness influencers. It's fun to watch these videos. However, I warn people that they won't look like that because they have to bring out the best of their body type, of their life, of their conditions and circumstances. Everybody has a different body, a different life, different gym or equipment or no equipment, different activities they like to do, different exercises they prefer, different food they like to eat. So this is a fantastic journey. This is doable. This is simple. This is an adventure when you try to lose weight and tone up and become the hottest self you can be. It's so much fun to look for the answers, to find the tools. Just don't get lost out there. And a lot of people actually stay very natural and use little of these tools, and even to use tools and tricks takes a lot of time and energy as well. Shed some light on certain areas of the fitness industry that we could call toxic, but I don't want to call it toxic. I think that it's a free country. We are free to do whatever we want to do, and people should enjoy and do whatever they want to do. But be aware what is happening, so you don't get depressed and you don't think that you are less than other people and you can do less than other people, because you can do a lot. So it's good to be aware that fitness influencers are a lot of times sponsored by companies. They sell a certain supplement, a clothing line, workout. If you want to look like a certain influencer, that doesn't mean a lot of times that if you buy those clothes or buy that supplement or you do their workouts, then you will look like that. That's a number one important fact to know. A lot of times they don't even use those products. And I saw this video of a outfit shooting of a model, and the photographer tucked a silicone implant into her pants when she already was really good looking. She had a really good looking butt, and then this implant was put in here, and then all of a sudden those leggings just popped up of her big, round booty. And when you see something like that without knowing that she's an implant and you just want those leggings, right? You say, oh my gosh, this legging will make my booty look like that. No way they will. She's an implant under her leggings and probably under her skin as well. Again, I'm not saying that you can't have nice rounded booty without implants or steroids, people work very hard, they make gains. There are some beautiful bodies out there that are natural. And I'm not saying that if you're not natural, something is wrong with you. You do whatever you want to do. Sometimes they do sell something really valuable that they stand behind, that is really useful and produces results. I'm not saying that nobody's selling anything valuable out there. You just have to be very selective and know what people sell, what they look like, and why. Who can blame them that in this tough market they are trying to use tools and tricks sometimes, not all of them, and even if they do it, there's no problem with it. A couple of years ago, when I decided I will go on YouTube, I really thought I have to tone up and lean down to be able to compete with the YouTube fitness faces out there. And even though I worked very hard, I couldn't get close to a few people out there who I was following, and I thought, wow, am I not working hard enough? Probably I don't have the right genetics, maybe I'm too old. When finally my husband looked at a video one day with me, and he was like, oh yeah, this girl is on steroids. And I'm like, steroids? What are even those? And is that really possible? I'm like, oh, that makes sense. So why do those Instagram pictures look so good? First of all, because these people are pretty. Yay, a lot of times. I'm not taking any credit away from them. I think there are some super cute, super pretty women and men out there on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook and social media and everywhere. This is great. They were born with great genetics, and they probably worked hard to get that to the level that they possibly could, or where they wanted to, or what it was required of them. Do they just take a shot and put it on Instagram? I don't think so. They take hundreds and hundreds of shots, and they pick one, the best shot from it, and then they look at it, put it under a microscope, and they put filters on it. They use Photoshop, they use different apps to have the right filter, have the right lighting, the exposure, the saturation, and then we go further with it, where they start to use tricks, Photoshop tricks, to make their waist smaller, to make their butt bigger, to have a very beautiful skin, even if they have pimples on their faces. Now, doing my research for this video, I ran into a couple of Instagram accounts that are exposing the celebrities and famous people, and they show their original unedited picture and their edited picture. One of them is celeb face and beauty false. I ran into those, and it was really interesting to see those unedited original pictures taken compared to what the edited pictures look like. Is it a big deal? Not at all. I'm just saying that it's good to be aware of that one picture just wasn't a random picture taken by somebody and put it in their Instagram account. It took hours and hours of work to get it perfected to where the person wanted to have it. Does that mean nobody takes just a picture and put it on their Instagram account without a filter? No way. I'm not saying that either. I'm saying that a lot of people tend to like to make their pictures look better, including myself. Look at this picture in its original form and in the edited form. I also use filters on my videos, and I'm still not looking that hot, right? But I'm not a fitness influencer, and that's why I'm raising awareness about things like these. They also spend an excessive amount of time picking their outfits, the colors, what looks good on the camera. By the way, camera, they have the best technology, 4K recording and 8K and million Ks, as my son is telling me what kind of capabilities of cameras have recently. And they have lights, like these are my lights, but that's some people have their whole room filled up with lights to make their skin look better and make the complexions come out the right way and their hair look more smooth. So it's the techie part, the cameras, the lighting, the microphones, all the equipment on top of the Photoshop and the editing software. So this is, for example, how they take before and after picture, sometimes just within hours of each other, or even minutes. You know, if you have the right posture, suck your tummy in, poke your butt out, that's an after picture. And then if you just sit there and push your belly out a little bit, that could be a before picture. Beyond that, it also happens that before a photo shoot, somebody eats a lot of chips and salty foods, then they drink a lot of water, diet sodas with bubbles in them, so they get really bulging and filled up and bloated. Then they have some chocolate milk and more sugar and more salt, so their body retains a lot of water, and they look really puffy and bloated, and they just don't do anything. They just stand there as a poor little before picture, and then they sleep it off. Next morning their stomach is flat again, and they take the happy after pictures, right? Just within hours of each other. Do I judge that? No, I don't. I'm just saying it's good to be aware of that. I mentioned the posture. Posture is very important. To sit up tall, to stand up tall, to posture. You can tell 1,000 words, right? You can portray a happy mood, a happy moment, or you can be really down, you can be really depressed. And if you have pictures like these, that's totally different from, hey, we are young and we are happy and look how successful I am, right? So you can see the different posture is very important. It's a great tool to play with, and how can we blame people to have fun with that? It's not just about picking the right clothes. It's a lot of times people wear spandex. Spanx? Is it called spandex? Spanx. A lot of time people wear Spanx that holds their tummy in, or their glutes, or their quads, and then they put clothes on and nobody could tell that they have this tightening up clothing under their clothes. I actually had to wear a pair of Spanx recently. I got a dress for a wedding and it was slightly see-through, so my husband suggested that I buy a pair of Spanx, and I thought, wow, this really hold everything in. So it was interesting to try the Spanx out. They also use a ton of makeup, right? Just makeup for their faces. It's body makeup to kind of create contours and shadows that emphasize their muscle tone even more. Now, yesterday when I was researching for this video, I also ran into apps that you can download on your phone that put a six-pack ab on your picture. Even if you don't have it, you can put biceps muscles on yourself. So the apps are not just for facelifts and making butts bigger or smaller, it's for definitions too. So a lot of times those pictures are retouched to the point where they either emphasize your six-pack or make you have six-packs even if you don't have them. The videos are harder to change. That's why I'm on YouTube, because I'm really, really real. That's why I'm on YouTube, because I really want to be real. As I said, they also take a million pictures and pick a handful that they really like and retake videos over and over again. I don't do that. If I mess up one, usually I do one more retake and that's about it. That's about how much time I have, and it doesn't matter to me that much to have the perfect camera angle and the perfect lights and the perfect body shots. I have a lot to say. I would like to create valuable contents, and I tend to save my time to do my research and make valuable videos. Not that other people don't do that. It also makes a huge difference when you sit in front of the camera. If you record after your workout is done, you are way more toned, and then if you flex a little bit while you are talking, then you can even see more definition. So you see, little tricks like these can change posture. Flexing, already pumped muscles can make a huge difference. If you stand on your tiptoes, your legs will look longer. If you face your buttocks towards the camera, it will look bigger and more round, and that's the beauty ideal right now, is right? Rounded shape for women, a tiny waist. You can change your waistline just by turning away from the camera and then move your shoulders back. So you can just play with this forever. It never ends to make your waistline look more curvy, right? And then here is the, let me show. So if you turn your butt towards the camera, you just can't help it to make it look bigger, right? See that? But if you don't have the right angle, then you can look flat and a little bit out of shape and all those things. Like me with my tummy, I have to be very careful because this is my weakest area. So if I sit down and hunch over, it's a normal thing when we sit down. We all, or skin rolls, even if we are super lean. What I also see a lot happening is steroid use and plastic surgeries. I'm not trying to say that if you use steroids, you will magically be ripped and lean. I think that people have to put the work in no matter what, but it definitely gives an extra push, takes you to an extra level that you couldn't have reached once you reached your genetics potentials. That is just push you one step farther. And some people do it before they reach their genetic potentials, but it's not gonna magically buff you up and turn you to a superhuman. For women, I see a lot of plastic surgeries. Do I judge it? No. If that's what you wanna do, great. I'm just shedding light on all the images and videos out there and why it's not good to compare yourself to a lot of people in the public eye. Women get breast implants. It's pretty popular to get facelifts, Botox fillings, Brazilian butt lifts, fat removal, tummy tucks, rib removal, changing body composition by just looking at the computer and say, I want this part bigger and this part smaller, and you can get it. You have enough money, you can have it done. So many different ways that we women try to make ourselves more beautiful. Who to blame? I ran into an article about Jocelyn Cano. They called her the Mexican Kim Kardashian, who died at age 29 of complications from a botched up Brazilian butt lift. And Jocelyn had 12 million followers on Instagram, and she was advised against having this plastic surgery done twice by 2 plastic surgeons in California, and she went to Colombia and had the procedure done. I watched videos from plastic surgeons about this subject. They said that sometimes if the fat that they remove from certain part of the body is injected in the wrong place, it hits a vein or an artery, then the fat just fills up that vein, goes to the heart, goes to the lungs, immediate death, and they cannot do anything about it. That's a very sad thing what happened to this beautiful woman. As I said, I'm not trying to discourage women from plastic surgery. I think it's a personal decision. It's good to be aware of the side effects, of the complications that can happen. I think it's good to know that a lot of public figures have done it, and that helped their appearance on the cameras. Steroids and plastic surgeries, they're not the magic pills. You can't just eat everything and carve away the fat with a surgery, or not do anything and have huge muscles because you are on steroids. Doing my research, I also ran into videos about male body image issues and how much pressure we have on us from our culture, from society to look a certain ways. But we have to be aware that that ideal body image changes even throughout different regions in the world. Like, I would have never guessed how big the skin lightening and bleaching cream industry is in Asian countries. I never even heard about that before. In Western countries, we like to look tan and go to tanning salons and suntan quite a bit. At the end of the day, to simply be yourself should be enough, and it is. That's all I'm trying to say, that instead of comparing yourself to somebody out there who we really don't see their whole life, we just see a picture here and there on their Instagram account, is really nothing compared to owning your own journey and take responsibility for what you can do instead of feeling bad about what you can't do and what level you won't reach. And that's what I try to do every day when I wake up. I try to be the best version of myself on the inside and on the outside. Also, I'm aware that vanity is one of the deadly sins in the Bible. Same as gluttony is a deadly sin. So it's interesting. We're having a sports bra on, right? It's a huge difference. There's a clothing, right? You pick for your videos, for your pictures, make a huge difference, right? The colors, the amount of clothes you wear, it's just the details technically. Then let me show you the butt tilt thing, right? So if you have your butt towards the camera, then you cover your love handles, right? Because we always have that. We all have that. It's not just people who are overweight, if we twist and turn, our skin will start to twist and turn. So here is, let me show, how can I, you see that? You see how all of a sudden my butt got this rounded figure just from tilting it? But if I put it away from the camera, you still can make different poses where your butt looks different, right? But definitely, if you put it towards the camera, cover your love handle, you can't go wrong with that. People also play with their shoulder position, right? Tilting your shoulder a little bit, as I said, you can make curves right away. Or when you're playing with your arms, you don't want your elbows towards the camera. You want the elbows back, pull your shoulders back, and flex.